Number 79 on our house inspection checklist is the garbage disposal. You're usually only going to have two problems with a garbage disposal. It either will be working or it won't be working. That's it. If it works, great. Of course, I was just kidding. There are a couple more things you're going to need to look at. Water. Let's face it, we've got electricity and water here that are going to be mixing together if there's a problem, and that's not going to be good. If you have any corrosion around the exterior of the garbage disposal, you should plan on fixing it or replacing it. Corrosion and rust, you're starting to damage the area around the electrical motor, and this isn't good. So I've actually seen water dripping off the bottom of these babies, and it isn't a pretty sight. If you are inspecting your garbage disposal and there is water, maybe you should get some rubber gloves on or something, because like I said, we could have electricity and water mixing together. If you have water on the shelf, bottom shelf of the cabinet, underneath the kitchen sink, underneath the garbage disposal, and you're moving some stuff around, but we got electrical current running through there, you're going to get shocked. So be careful. Even touching the garbage disposal, you should use a little more caution with. You go to touch that baby, hey, what's this? And you get 120 volts through you, that's not going to be a pretty sight. So this is why I refer to visually inspecting things. Otherwise, I would have changed the name of the house inspection checklist to complicated house inspection. This is a simplified house inspection checklist. You are only going to be visually looking at most things. The minute you start touching electrical outlets, switches, and garbage disposals, it's not going to be a simplified process anymore if something happens to you. So safety first. And again, if you're worried about this stuff, you could always shut the electricity down to sections of the house while you're inspecting it. But I don't recommend that either, because then you're getting into a complicated inspection. If your garbage disposal is rusting, if it's corroding, if there's water leaking from the faucet, from the sink drain, I've even seen water spraying from the water supply line, from the hot or the cold water supply line that comes from the wall and goes up to the faucet onto the garbage disposal. So again, this is something that, if it's spraying on there and picking up a little electricity and you go to grab that thing, you could get whacked here. So be careful, caution, I can't stress that enough. And again, I obviously can't cover all the problems you're going to have or all the problems I've had with a garbage disposal. But this is elaborating a little bit more on the house inspection checklist to give you a little more information. A little more information is always going to be better than not having enough. So I hope it helps. If you own a house, you should inspect it regularly. But how can you inspect a home if you don't know what to look for? If you're not looking for a complicated checklist or something that wasn't written in a language that you can't understand anyway, do yourself a favor and visit this website today. The most valuable investment you have must be protected and inspected.